Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger. Occasionally, I promise you I'm going to get back to blogging. Anyway, and the iconic orange lady. This week, we have some FOs. I have some mail. And I want to talk about why whips just don't work for me. Multiple anyway. You ready? Let's go. So, I have finished 2 projects since the last time that I spoke with you. And they're both in relation to the knit collage make-along, the spring make-along. I finished the rodeo vest. I will put pictures in here with you, for you, of me wearing it. But this, I can honestly say, got me out of my funk. I was just in a place and knitting wasn't pulling me out like it normally does. And grabbing my big needles and being able to work on some fat fiber and get some instant gratification did everything that I needed it to do. I did pause, however, when it got to short rows. But after I got over myself and I got out of my own way, I went ahead and I picked up the stitches and I got those short rows going, and I believe my collar came out beautifully. So I finished that, and because I knew I was feeling away, I instantly started on the second project, which is the waterfall tank. I'll put pictures in here as well because I already wore it the other day. And the yarn is called Waterfall. This is also a part of the Knit Collage Spring Make Along. And in this particular case, this was added to the mix. It was not a part of the original patterns for the season, but it was added. And I don't know if it was a part of a previous season and I somehow missed it, or something else in that season got my attention more than this did. But as soon as I saw that it was added, I knew that I wanted to make it. The construction is bottom up. Where I am a traditional top-down girl. Wasn't bad. Because it was big needles, it was flying off of the needles, and it is knit in panels. Say it with me. What I do? 2 at a time. Absolutely did, because no, I wasn't going back and repeating all of that. So I did 2 at a time, and then I got to the armholes, the decreases to create the armhole, and for whatever reasons, the instructions for the shoulders had me stumped for a minute. And I think I'm more of a visual learner, and I went looking for a tutorial, which most of the patterns in the make-alongs have. But because this was an add-on, there was no video tutorial. So I put it down for a couple days, and I had to read past what I was doing to see what was coming up next for it to really click in my mind's eye, because I needed to see it and it wasn't making sense. So I had to separate at that point. I couldn't do both panels together anymore because I would have screwed up. So I did one panel. I was able to figure out the shoulders and the straps. I did my Kitchener stitch without a problem. And I weaved in the ends, and I blasted it with the steamer, and I absolutely love the outcome. Absolutely love the outcome. I wore it instantly. If I finish this on Sunday, I had a doctor's appointment Monday, because y'all know I'm a hermit. I stay in the house, right? I had a doctor's appointment on Monday, and I sure wore my new tank, and I loved it. It's perfect for the heat wave that we're going through here in the Northeast, and just perfect. Easy, quick, satisfying, and I have no complaints. It was done. This called for a size 19 needle, US 19. And as you can see, this is more of like a ribbon. It is absolutely amazing. If I were to do it again, and this is a personal thing for me, I promise you, ever since the breast cancer and this double mastectomy, all I see is my belly. I swear to God, my belly wasn't this big before. But I probably would make it a little longer just for my own comfort zone. But I like it. I'm pleased. Same with the vest. I'm happy. A great layering tool. And I will, like I promised, put some pictures in here so you guys can see, because I've worn both of them already, the vest as well as the tank. Back to the sleeve from hell. And I really think my issue is just that it's fiddly, right? It's because it's a special stitch. It's half fisherman's rib, and you got to decrease, and you got to count for the stripes. It's just a lot going on for me to have done this 2 at a time like I normally do with my sleeves. And it's a US, 3 needle? Take that back. It's a US 2.5 needle. I'm fingering weight yarn. I need to give myself just a little grace, but I want to finish it. So it is Tuesday, Wednesday. God, this week went fast. It's Wednesday. And next Tuesday, Shelby and I go on vacation. We're going out to California to see my godbrother and my girlfriend. And I would love to be able to finish this and wear it on the plane. So it's Operation Get Her Done around these parts. So that's it for my whips. Oh, and if I could find a picture, I can't think of her name. Well, first LaToya showed me a pattern that I went and I bought instantly. So now it's just a matter of me deciding what I'm going to do next. Is it going to be the top that LaToya showed me that could either be a tee or a tank, or you could put sleeves on it? I like when a pattern gives you options. And then I saw another one. I can't think of the designer right now, but hers was like perfect. It was a little boxy, oversized, which I liked. It didn't have any sleeves on it. It was a linen and cotton blend, I think. So yeah, I can always increase the number of my summer tops. So that's probably what's up next. If I can find the pictures, I think I bought both patterns, so I can go on Ravelry and grab pictures. I'll put them here for you guys to see where my mind is kind of going. And I want to use my stash, so that's going to be the other thing. Like, I got to look and see what do I have, because I don't need to purchase or for anybody to send me any more yarn. But that's a whole nother video. I got mail. Mail. Okay. I know y'all like me to sing that song, but we're going to get right to this. The first thing that I want to share with you is actually not anything knitting related. I'm sharing this because I often get questions. How do you find so many things in orange and like your favorite shade of orange? And my answer is I have trained my algorithm very well. Therefore, a lot of the things that I see and I find come to me. They show up in my feed. I get ads and whatever have you, because anything that catches my eye, I don't care what it is, the first thing I do, I click shop, click the link, whatever, and the first thing is I type in their search bar is orange. Like, yes, I like that 3-piece set. Yes, I like that dress. Yes, I like those shorts. Yes, I like those sneakers. I like those sandals. I like those boots. I like that hat. But does it come in orange? So my lesson to you guys is, and I think most of us do it, look for what you want and be specific with what you want. So if it's narrowed it down, you need summer shoes, you need flip-flops, but you want them to be orange. You need a new backpack, but you want it to be orange. You need a new suitcase, but you want it to be orange. Tell them. They watch everything we do. They listen to everything we do. Tell them what you want. So I said all that to say, this latest purchase has made me super happy. You guys know I love a shoe. You know, I think I've shared with you one of the things that my grandmother always said, that a woman's shoe should be sexy. And I think this is sexy, it's comfortable. Most importantly, it's orange. So those came in the mail the other day, perfect in time for me to pack them up and take with me while I'm out in California. The other thing that I got in the mail was actually a gift. And it's a bag. How cute is that? Is that not adorable? This was a gift. I met this woman for the first time. I believe that was our first time meeting while I was in Nashville. And she said, Gigi, I have something for you. She said, but it's too big for me to carry. And I didn't know what your suitcase and stuff was like, so I would like to mail it to you. So I said, sure. Gave her the address, and it came in the mail. And the card said, her name is Teresa. And the card says, this is to celebrate you. It's never been used, but I guess you can get some wear spots from it sitting in my closet. I brought it and forgot about it when I read your post about your health challenges and your big birthday. I thought it would be the perfect gift. And she was right, it is the perfect gift. Please accept it in the spirit in which it was given, but do what you will with it. Love you, Teresa. And she's a 2-time breast cancer survivor who also loves orange. So I just thought that was the sweetest thing. Nice handles. I love that it has a strap on it too. And the inside lining is, you guessed it, orange. So I thought that was super cute, super thoughtful, and it absolutely made me smile because it has been a time around here lately. I think you guys know that this time of year is tough for Shelby and I, just because it comes up upon the anniversary of me losing my dad, and then my mom's birthday, who I also lost at the same time. And now it's getting ready to be Father's Day. Mother's Day this year was the first anniversary of Shelby losing her dad. So it's just been a dark time. And then I lost a dear friend suddenly. Like, I talked to her Mother's Day morning, and I got a call Monday morning that she passed away. So I have just been in a space. So anything bright and orange that can make me smile is desired right now. So I'm so looking forward to going to a different place, spending some time with people that I don't get to see often, making some new memories. And yeah, it's been It's been a tough time. But what I always say and what I will continue to say, the route is through. Don't stop in it. If you have your own personal battles going on right now, don't stop in it. You got to go through. Yeah. So now I want to talk about why multiple whips are just not my thing. And I will admit that even though I have said this on many occasions, I keep trying. And it's not my ministry. It feels unorganized. It feels cluttered. It feels like I'm all over the place. And I honestly don't feel like I'm working on more than one project at a time, because actually I'm not. I may have started them, but whatever project I'm actually working on, I work on that until I finish it. So I don't know, maybe I have the wrong train of thought. Maybe the way that I think about multiple whips is actually not right, the right train of thought. Is it that you've started multiple projects and you have multiple projects that you can work on, not that you're actually working on them at the same time? Or are you? Like, are you guys literally work on one in the morning, working one in the afternoon, work on another at night? Or, like, I guess that's the part that's like tossing me for a loop, because no. So I've often heard there's knitters that knit because they enjoy the process of actually knitting, and then you have knitters like me who are motivated by finishing. Right? I look forward to a finished song. A finished song. Right? See, so I lose interest. That's another reason why I don't do. I struggle with repeating a pattern, because if I know the outcome, I've already finished it. The excitement is gone for me. Does that make sense? And you know what? I'm going to stop asking does it make sense, because it makes sense to me, and that's all that matters. Something else that I talked about on my Instagram, if you follow me, is how comparison will just take the life out of you. I mean, you can equally be excited and proud for someone, but in the same breath be like, well, why is that not happening for me? Right? And I realize I have to stop doing that. I have to stop looking at somebody else's success, somebody else's accolades, somebody else's whatever, and comparing it to what I am doing or where I am. And then in that same breath, belittling myself, talking down to myself. I can't even say that someone else is making me feel bad. I'm doing it to myself. So I had to stop doing that. I don't compare anymore. I am going to do what I want to do, the way that I want to do it. And that's the end of that. Like, there's no more. I mean, tell me if anybody can relate to this. I used to feel like every time I see, what's the name of that sweater? I can't think of it, but I promise you, 90% of the knitting community has made one of these sweaters. And every time I see somebody with it, I love the sweater. It's gorgeous. And I think I'm the last person in the community that has not made that sweater. And there's a part of me that's like, do you want to make it because you like the sweater, or do you want to make it because everybody else has it? And I think it's, if I'm to be honest with myself, it's because everybody else has it, and which is why I haven't made it, because I've never been that girl, and I'm not going to start. So, comparison. Like, if you are that person, if you are me, and you have compared your knitting, the way you knit, that was another thing. I saw a video, somebody was saying, this is how you knit, how you do the pearl stitch. And I'm like, I don't do my pearl stitch like that, but it's still a pearl stitch, right? So all the like policing and all these, there are no knitting police, and if they are, they need to be fired, because I might not knit exactly the way you do, but I bet you I got a top that's functional that I can wear, right? So if you have ever found yourself in any of those situations where you're doing it to yourself because you're comparing your knitting, you compare how often you finish something. If finishing it is not important to you, don't worry about the people that do finish all the time, right? I like people often say to me, "Oh, Gigi, you knit so fast." No, I don't. I actually don't. I knit often. I don't knit fast. I knit often, which is a major difference, right? And if you don't knit often and you don't knit fast, so what? Are you enjoying the process that you're going through? Okay, that's all that matters. So, yeah, if you're following me on Instagram, I've been in my bag a lot. My feelings about comparing things and doing things because that's what other people are doing. No more of that. I can't say that I ever did it much, but it is, if I'm to be truly transparent, it is something that sticks in my head. Like, why can't I hold my yarn that way? Like I don't knit continental, even though I learned to crochet first, because I can't tension my yarn right. And my stitches, although I can knit continental, my stitches are so loose and sloppy when I knit continental versus when I knit English way, or whatever the names are, where I throw, or I'm starting to gravitate towards flicking. But at either way, my tension is consistent when I knit that way versus trying to do continental, because I remember when I first discovered continental, everything said you can knit faster if you knit continental. I don't want to knit fast and sloppy. For me, I can't. I have not mastered the tensioning of the yarn over my fingers. It's not comfortable. I'm not controlling it, and therefore my stitches are not controlled and they don't look good. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to knit the way that I knit. And I feel sorry for the next person that sits next to me and says anything to me about the way that I knit, because I'm going to ask them, who asked you? Because I didn't. And am I not creating this piece of fabric? Okay, leave me alone. So if you're that person that sits next to somebody and they don't knit like you and you have a comment, stop. Don't do that no more. Because they may answer you and they might explain how or why they knit the way they do, but they're going to walk away feeling like they're doing something wrong because you question. So if you're that person, don't do that. Don't do that. If you're the person that, puts your nose up because where'd you get those needles from? They're cheap or they're too expensive. Don't do that. I am going to use the tools that I can afford to use, and I am getting the same material that I'm making, that I'm knitting, as you get with your more expensive or less expensive, whatever the case may be. Different is not bad. Can I say that again? Different is not bad. So stop making somebody that does something different from you feel bad, because here we go with the intent versus impact conversation. That may not be what you intended, but you absolutely hurt their feelings. You absolutely had them walk away feeling away. So if that is you, is what I have to say. Stop it. If you find yourself getting ready to question somebody, I still remember the time I got on the elevator. The lady said to me, "That's a bold choice." For who? And she looked at me. She was like, "You're right." I said, "Okay." She saw me the next day. She's like, "So you wear orange every day?" Every day that I decide this, what I want to do, yes. Wow, I could never. Who asked you to? You're right. I'm like, what? I don't get it. So, unsolicited advice, suggestions, keep it to yourself. It's never welcome I promise you, if somebody wants your help, they're going to ask. If somebody wants you to show them to do something different, or if they happen to see how you're knitting and they recognize that they knit differently and they want you to show them how to do it the way that you're doing it, go for it. But unsolicited, who asked you? Huh? Did anybody? No? Okay. We good? All right. Because the world is just too full of hate right now and negativity. So if you can be in a crafting space which is intended to be light and creative, keep all that other stuff to yourself. Okay? We don't do mean girls in crafting. And if you are a mean girl, you can't sit at our table. If that's your personality, do me a favor. If you see the orange coming, stay away from me. Because I think I shared I'll be 60 this year. So that's been 10 years of me being me. Right? It's been 10 years of me rocking my orange, not caring if somebody thought it was too much. It's enough for me. And I keep telling people, it's not the orange, it's me in it. It's how I feel in it. It's how I sit up straighter in it. It's how I'm confident in all that I am when I am in my orange. It is like my battery pack, for lack of better words. So I said all of that to say, do you at the end of the day. Life is too short to try to be somebody else. Be you. Everybody else is taken. So be the best you that you could possibly be. So I need everybody to stretch their hands out towards the screen and collective say, you got this, Gigi, because I want to try to finish this sweater. Starting today, I am going to focus on, after I finish working, I'm getting ready to go in here and I'm going to throw some turkey wings in the oven. Or maybe I'll put them in the air fryer. I haven't decided that part yet. But I'm going to get some dinner going and I am going to knit this evening. And try to at least finish this sleeve, Jesus. Because after I finish the sleeve, I just got to pick up for the button band. So, wish me luck. I would love to get this finished and out of the way and move on to the next thing. Thank you all. Oh, before I say thank you all. Well Red Wool finished the first season. I think there's 9 episodes. If you haven't watched, go watch. There's some good books that we recommend and suggest. If you want to read or you're trying to get your summer list together, we've given you some good suggestions. Check that out. If you haven't liked and subscribed, do that. Also, same here. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Tell a friend. And I'll see you guys next time. Probably from California because, or maybe when I get back, I don't know, but I will do vlogging while I'm there to capture, because my godbrother lives in Pasadena and the mountains are right there. They make me so happy. So I am thoroughly looking forward to that. So now I will say, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. If you have a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Be safe. And I'll talk to you guys next time.